Hey everyone, it's JIV Lee, aka Nefertiti, back with another tutorial. Today we are going to be doing this birthday set for one of my Aries clients. I think her birthday is tomorrow actually. I think she said it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. And I love this set. She sent me the inspo pic about a month ago, and I was just so excited to do this set because I love doing fun long ass nails, and these were definitely very fun to do. Very blingy and sparkly, and I think I might actually use these pictures for the prom flyer that I plan on making. And yeah, first we're starting off by pushing back the cuticles with a cuticle pusher, and then I'm using these cuticle nippers that I got from Amazon to clean up the dead cuticle skin. Speaking of prom season, I am so excited for prom season this year because I do feet. Like, I don't exactly have the numbers of what I'm gonna do for like hand and feet deals, but I will definitely be doing like a sale on hand and feet. So like for Valentine's Day I did, you can get 114 like $114 for a Valentine's Day freestyle, and it went up by whatever length you got. And then if you wanted a pedicure too, it was like 150 with a freestyle and then matching like pedicure on your natural toenails, and it went up like if you wanted acrylic on the big toe or like a full set and stuff. So I think I may just mimic that. I think that's what I'm gonna do for like these sales from now on. Do like, especially for the holiday, like when I do Valentine's Day and Halloween, I'm gonna do like 114 for Valentine's Day, 113 for Halloween, and then maybe like 150 for matching toes. But I just said French tips. If you want like designs and stuff, I think that's gonna be extra. Like if you want bling toes, but then I can do like, yeah. So long story short, I basically have a lot of ideas for prom this year, and I am so excited for prom season. Like prom season, was it last year? Yeah, prom season last year was so fun. I love prom. Like, I love prom. I wish I would have been able to do my own nails for prom. You know what I mean? So I'm using these XXL non-C curve nail tips that I got off of eBay. So for the inspo pic, she wanted two nails that were stiletto, and they were the two middle nails. So I'm just using my curved scissors to clip the sides. You don't have to use curved scissors, but this is just what I had. So I just used it for the stiletto. What I try to do for the stiletto is make it as like cut the shape out, as close as possible without actually cutting the stiletto, because like I feel like when I used to cut out the stiletto, like sometimes it would be crooked or like it just wouldn't turn out as perfectly as I would have wanted if I would have like hand filed it. And I don't use the e-file because like, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, I don't usually use my e-file to shape. So like it's a bit awkward for me to like try to use the e-file to shape like nails. I just don't do it. So yeah, that's why I like the 80/80 grit, because it does make it a bit faster because the grit of the nail file is more coarse. Excuse me. More coarse. So it does make it a little bit faster because it shaves down, the sides a lot quicker than like a finer grit nail file. So for filing my stiletto, I really just, I don't know, I go back and forth from each side to make sure that the nails are even. You know, sometimes when you file, like it could be a little bit, like the stiletto kind of leans more to one side than the other. So I try to make sure that, the nail or the stiletto point is very even, the sides are both even and everything. So I do go back and forth a lot. I always make sure that my nail file is straight against the side of the nail. And then like, cause I don't like the stiletto to be like too skinny, so like sometimes I'll focus the file just on the tip of the nail so that I can like make the tip of the nail skinny, and then still have my stiletto have like, because sometimes, or for me, when I file stilettos when I was like more of a beginner, because I don't really do stilettos as much as I used to. I used to do stilettos a lot when I was a beginner, and I just felt like I was filing like their natural nail. You know what I mean? Like filing their natural nail to be like skinny. Yeah, and I did not like that. Like, look at this shape. It looks really good without taking off any of the natural nail. It looks nice and pointy. I always love doing this one girl because she always gets long ass nails. So I'm using Mia Secret Dehydrator and Primer to do the prep. And then before I start the application on every nail, I go in once with my Young Nails Protein Bond. The acrylic that I'm using today is Mia Secret Clear Acrylic. And the nude color, I honestly have ran out of a lot of the powders that I needed. So what I did was just mixed all my like scrap powders together for real and made this color. So it's like a mix of Bad and Bougie, of Rosé, of Prettiest Pink, of Blossom, of Mia Secret Clear, of Classic Nude. Yeah, I just mixed a bunch of shit together, to be honest, and that's like the color that I got. And they're all Valentino Beauty Pure powders. They're just the leftover shit that I had because I ran out. And then I ordered some new ones and they came a lot later than I thought they would, so that was annoying, but you know, I may do. It still look good. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I do not love doing stiletto nails. I feel like I don't do them as well as I like do other shapes, you know, but I think that's just my own insecurity because I feel like I slayed the hell out of this set. So what I do for applying acrylic on my stilettos, this nail was kind of like a tester nail because it was like my first time. So what I do is literally just apply it like how I do my other nails. So I use one bead to connect the natural nail and the tip, so one bead to cover that, then another bead in the middle, and then a third bead. So I basically use a 3-bead method, and then I add a 4th bead for structure because the nails are pretty long and I want them to be nice and sturdy and unbreakable. So on this nail I do the what I'm saying right now. So I use one bead, connect the nail tip to the nail, I swipe it all the way down. You really just have to keep swiping it back and forth, and then sometimes I like to pinch the tip just to make sure I keep that shape. Then I'm going in with a 2nd bead to start to build up that apex and blend it into the 1st bead, and then I do my cuticle bead. As you can see, I really liked how I applied the acrylic on this nail. And then I went in with another bead just to make sure I had that structure, to how I wanted the apex to look a certain way, and I made it look a certain way with that 4th bead. Yeah. I don't know, for stilettos, I feel like I have to apply the acrylic just a little bit thicker because I don't want them to break. I've had stilettos in the past where the tip has broken, or like, like they just broke in half or whatever, and I just want them to be nice and sturdy. So on this nail, I'm doing a ombre to clear, like the nude to clear ombre. And what I like to do is put a little bit of clear acrylic over the parts that I'm ombreing, because I feel like over the part on the tip that I'm ombreing, because I feel like that just helps the ombre blend a little bit better than just blending the acrylic to the tip. And then I use my nude, do my ombre on top of that, and then I encapsulate with clear acrylic. I love encapsulating an ombre because I feel like if you do the nude part of the ombre really thick, all you need is maybe like one bead of acrylic. But because I didn't do a color underneath, I used two just to make sure my apex was there, make sure everything was covered, make sure it had the thickness and the sturdiness that I wanted it to. And yeah, that's how I did my ombre. And then now I'm doing clear acrylic application. As you can see, the clear acrylic is a little bit runny, so I like to add a couple drops of acetone into my monomer, just a few drops of acetone, not too much, because then it will have the acrylic drying way too fast and then you won't be able to work with it. I like my acrylic just to be a little bit runny when it comes to longer nails, because I want it to, not completely runny, but like just a little bit more runny than how I would if I were doing nails shorter, because I want the acrylic to like run down the nail, because it kind of helps with time as well. And then I also want it to not be too runny, because sometimes when it's too runny, like it just will not set, and like that's annoying as well. So yeah. For most of the nails on this set, I think I did like a 4-bead method, because just these nails are so long. I need to make sure that the apex is extremely sturdy. So I added a 4th bead just to make sure that the nails were sturdy, the apex was there, and everything. Y'all, I am so excited that it's finally starting to get warm. I think it's actually going to be 80 degrees in Maryland today. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I got to wear sandals for the first time in months yesterday. Like, I damn near cried, because I'm like, this is the weather that I've been waiting for. Like, I love driving around, windows down, music blasting. Actually, no, I don't like when other people blast their music, because usually it's some BS. But I have my music like at a decent level. Honestly, sometimes I be wanting to blast my music because I want other people to drive past me and be like, that's a good song, be bopping their head to my music. But then other people be blasting their own damn music, so they're not even focused on yours. And then 2, what if they just have bad music taste and don't like my music? Because I refuse to believe I have bad music. I have great music taste. Like, people tell me that all the time. Thank you. Oh, you know what? And I think I'm going to, like, speaking of music taste, I'm going to drop a video about my SoundCloud, like, playlist. So I use SoundCloud. I play music during my appointments. I do not use a TV, just because I don't have one, and I have a speaker, so I'm going to make do with what I have, you know what I mean? So I use SoundCloud to play music, and I listen to like different radio shows that do like different mashups of like popular songs. They'll do mashups of like old songs with new songs type of vibe. Very much like the trendy TikTok sounds that y'all hear, like you can find those on SoundCloud. So like when I hear a good song, I like to follow the DJs on SoundCloud. when I hear a good song on TikTok, I like to follow the DJs on SoundCloud. And a lot of DJs make like their own mixes to different songs that aren't on TikTok, or they'll make like radio shows or something, and like they'll do like radio shows, and which is just like a bunch of different music just mixed together in like an hour-long playlist type of vibe. And I love listening to the radio shows because it introduces me to new music and also my clients to new music. And like, I love hearing them like sing along, or like, my favorite thing in the world is when a client asks me like, oh, what song is this? Who's playing? Like, I love your music. I love getting this. Especially when they ask me what song is this? Like, I love people or putting people onto new music. Like, that's just one of my favorite things. So yeah, that's what I do with music, and I think I want to do a video on my SoundCloud because I have a fire playlist, and I know a lot of other people would enjoy it as well. Y'all, so I saw this TikTok that talked about how libraries are really good for entrepreneurs. Like, a lot of libraries have entrepreneurial programs that help businesses, like talk about marketing, talk about, finding loans and stuff. So I was like, that would be a great thing for me to look into, especially because I live like 5 minutes away from a library. It's a 30-minute walk, which really isn't that bad. But as it gets hotter, do I want to take that walk is the question. You know what I mean? But also I could just take the bus, down there, which I think I might. Y'all, look at this application. Apex. This is what I was talking about with the apex on these long nails. I need them to be nice and smooth and also like sturdy as well. But the nails don't have to be like super, super thick. As long as the apex is there, the nails don't have to be super, super thick. And I'm using my 4-in-1, is it 5-in-1? Pana drill bit and my dust collector that I got off of Amazon to file down the bulk of these nails so they're not super thick, and also smooth out the surface of these nails. So as I was saying, the library has a lot of great resources. I highly recommend that if you do not have a library card, you enroll and get one, because there's a lot of great things that libraries can help you for, even if it's just using their free Wi-Fi or free internet or computer services, you know what I mean? Even if it's just that, at least you have that option, So yeah, I highly recommend everybody get a library card, and also check out some books as well, because I feel like people don't read as much as they need to. Like, they get their information strictly off of the shade room, or strictly off of social media, or blah, blah, blah. You need to be reading your own books. You need to be reading about good, like, not bullshit, basically. Because I saw this one video on TikTok talking about how this woman thought Megan Thee Stallion was trans because, like, people have been saying that Megan Thee Stallion, they think that she's trans or some shit. I just don't understand how. I feel like when it comes to black women and femininity, we are black women. The idea of femininity is an offset of white supremacy. It is an offset of, or a pillar. Let me not even say offset. It's a pillar of white supremacy. It's a pillar of capitalism. They created what femininity is in order to booster white women above all other women. And because we are black, we are the antithesis of white women. So we are not what women should look like based off of the standards, or be like, or whatever, or built like whatever, based off of the standards of femininity that white supremacy has created. You know what I mean? And I wish people would read, because if you picked up a damn book, you would understand that aligning yourself with transphobia as a black woman just does not make sense, because you were never supposed to be a woman to begin with because of slavery. Like, there's this like thing that women aren't supposed to work hard, they aren't supposed to be in the fields and stuff, but to justify black women being in the fields and being slaves, they had to make sure that black women weren't women. You know, of course, all black people during slavery weren't people, but like they had to make sure specifically black women weren't women, because, you know, they had to somehow justify why black women worked in the fields like men, you know. And that's why Sojourner Truth, even though historians are debating whether she actually said the words "ain't I a woman," but, you know, just for context of my argument, that's why Sojourner Truth gave the speech "Ain't I a Woman," because black women have always had to work like men, you know, in quotes, men, you know, so they've never been traditional women, but they deserve the rights of every woman. So yeah, it's just, read a damn book, please. Like, people are so dumb, and it's by design that people are dumb and people don't question things that they need to question. And it's like, people don't want to be smart anymore. Like, it's not a flex to be smart, it's not a flex to read a book, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just sad the way that the world is going, because people being dumb means that it like ensures that you'll buy into the BS that the government tries to sell you. You know, you'll buy into, you know, let me just try to be rich and rich and rich. Like, being rich is not the solution to the problems. The solution is killing capitalism. That's the solution to the problem. You know what I mean? So, as I told y'all, I started using these 80/80 grit nail files, and then I also go back over the nails to buff them, to smooth out the top, because as you can see with the pinky, it's very, like, there's a lot of marks that the nail file left in the, on the nail. So, yeah, I use the 80/80 grit to shape the nails, and then I use the buffer to clean up like smooth the surface of the nail. When you're working on nails this long, you have to make sure that you support the body of the nail, because it can easily hurt the client if you're just filing without supporting the nails. That's why you see, like, my hands are they're under the nail, as you can see right here. They're under the nail, they're supporting the nail, they're holding. I like to grip the part where the nail meets the finger, like hold that down, so then you don't feel like the pressure and the vibration as much. Well, the client doesn't feel the pressure and the vibration as much, because I don't want to hurt my clients while I'm giving them the length that they desire, giving them the nails that they desire. So yeah, make sure to always support the nails, especially when nails are this freaking long. Even I was like, damn, like, these are long as hell. But I had fun doing these, because I don't usually do nails like this long. So as I said, I go back over the nail with a buffer just to make sure that the nail surface is extremely smooth, and make sure, like, I'll be able to apply like any enhancements to, or like the nail art on top of the nail without it like running, because sometimes when the nail surface isn't smooth, it like runs. You nail techs know what I'm talking about. Y'all, look at this shape. Ate it up. Like, the stilettos look amazing, the square looks amazing. So now we're going into the nail art portion of this tutorial. So I'm doing like an icicle nail type of vibe. So how you do it is use the solid nail glue, and then you use plastic wrap. This is plastic wrap, cling wrap that I just got from the grocery store. I put the glue underneath the nail, then I put the plastic wrap on top. I use my cuticle pusher to make the icicle kind of design, and then I remove the plastic wrap and use my cuticle nippers to clean up underneath the nail, because sometimes like there will be like extra gel poking out from underneath the nail, so I want to make sure to clean that up. Now I'm just going to let you guys watch basically what I did for the nail art. I really love this set. Like, it was really cute, really, sophisticated, sexy type of vibes. And yeah, I really like this set. Y'all, so this chain right here is exactly why I'm excited for prom season, because I will be using the hell out of this. I got like a whole spool off of Amazon, because it was only like $7-8, something like that, for this whole spool of this crystal rhinestone chain. So I was like, hell yeah, let me get some. But I will say it was tricky trying to like go over the curves and stuff. It's much easier to use the smaller chain to do like curved designs, you know what I mean? Because if I was doing like a straight line, it absolutely would have been like extremely easy. But because I did curves, like, it was a little more annoying, but not the worst thing ever to use. So okay, y'all, so here is the final design. These beautiful silver diamond birthday nails from one of my favorite Aries clients. Yes, like, look at that shine, y'all. Oh my god. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys loved it as much as I like creating it for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends and family. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.